everyone, David again with freeze-driedbusiness.com. I've got a special video for you to show you how to freeze-dry blueberries. I've got a special tool that I bought that I think is totally worth the money. Let's get right to it. Hey, before we get started on the blueberries, please subscribe to my channel if you find these videos interesting and helpful for your freeze-dried business. If you like particular aspects of the video, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to also find ways better to do things. So if you could let me know in the comments, that would be great. Okay, so I told you that I bought a special tool for poking blueberries. One thing I found throughout searching a lot of different forums about freeze drying and through trial and error is that when you have a berry that has a skin to it, you want to make sure you poke it. This releases the juice and allows the freeze-dried process to do better for the blueberry. I found that it becomes more crunchy, becomes more airy, and it doesn't have an explosion look to it where the juices come out and still takes a really long time to dry. That tool is called the Rollerberry by Frozen Right. And Patrick is the owner over there. He fabricates this tool himself. It's great. It took about 3 weeks for it to get here, but I think it's totally worth it. This is the actual tool. It has a bunch of metal pokes that spin. So it spins like this. This thing probably weighs, I don't know, probably 12, 15 pounds. Really, really durable. Then it has a handle right here. And then on the underside, this is where it catches the berries and drops them right back on the tray that you're rolling on. This is about $210, $180 I think with just the roller, and then you get the case as well. I was a little skeptical of purchasing this just because of the cost, and I'm definitely very much impressed with how well it does. I was individually poking berries with a metal skewer. That's right, a metal skewer, individually poking berries. This has probably saved me at least half the amount of time that I was doing that, if not more, and I think it's a great investment. So again, this is a Frozen Right Rollerberry, and you can look it up on frozenright.com. Before we start poking the blueberries, I want to show you the tools and equipment and the setup that I do for blueberries. The tool definitely has some things that I wasn't sure of and would have never known prior to purchasing it, which is when you use the berry roller, the berries can easily just go all over the place wherever you're cutting. So it's best to have a tray or something that has a wall to it so that the berries don't go everywhere. And what I mean by that is go ahead and use a Harvest Right tray, and this has some walls to it, so we're going to try that. I've got the silicone mats, so that way it's a little bit less pressure on the metal spokes that will poke the berry. I also have large cookie baking sheets. These baking sheets obviously are a little bit bigger than the Harvest Right trays. What I do with these is I'm going to go ahead and put the Harvest Right trays in the freeze dryer, let the freeze dryer freeze the berries, and go ahead and go through the whole cycle. And in preparation for the next cycle, I'll use the bigger trays to freeze the berries that are already poked, and that way the next cycle I don't have to go through that freezing process all over again. I've got freezer paper, and I buy this freezer paper. It's the Reynolds Kitchens freezer paper. Allows any type of fruit to not stick to the paper. Make sure that you use the slick side instead of the paper side. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and wash all the blueberries, and we'll come back to use the Rollerberry. Okay, so with the Rollerberry, what I found is that it is only wide enough for a certain layer of blueberries. Don't double load it on the berries. You want to do a single file, and you want to make sure that this side where it catches the blueberries is face down, and then you're really just going to press down, but you're going to keep it up. So this, do not roll with the angle like this. You want to roll with it up, and that's going to allow it to roll better. that's it. All rolled and poked. I'm gonna do one more for you to see, and then we'll put it on a time lapse so that it goes a little bit faster. Again, angled up a little bit high and across the whole thing. Perfect. Okay, so that was the Rollerberry. I love that tool. I'm definitely recommending it for anybody that's in the freeze-dried business side of things for fruit. It pokes the berries, it allows it to get that airy, crunchy taste to the blueberry and pokes that skin. I'm gonna do the rest of these. I'm gonna put it on a time lapse and then we'll put it in the freeze dryer for it to go. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot.